live from downtown Cleveland, Ohio. It is a lot warmer than it was the last time the Royals were here. And tonight the Royals begin a 3-game series with the first place Indians. Hi everyone, welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. The average game time temperature the last time the Royals were here was 36 degrees. It'll be in the mid to upper 50s tonight. And the Indians have not gotten hot yet. And yet at the same time, if you're going to beat the Indians, you got to find a way to slow down Francisco Lindor.
Yeah, and hopefully the Royals catch the Indians at the right time this time. They've got to be able to find some ways to catch it. Now Lindor's been tough. He's an extreme talent from both sides of the plate. Just keep the ball out of the middle and take your chances when you're facing a hot guy like this. Now on the other side, hopefully Lucas Duda will continue to stay hot and the rest of the boys to get Hamill some runs. One thing is kept him from the win column is that run support.
And the bullpen is kind of hung in there. Plus, they get Andrew Miller back from the disabled list tonight.
That's going to help them a lot. I'm telling you what, they're tough, but still, Royals got to get some kind of lead and get it to our pen to win.
And maybe Jason Hamill leads the way tonight. One of his best starts of the season was right here in Cleveland last month. Frigid day. Jason Hamill had his first scoreless start as a Royal.
Man, and I'll tell you what, he carved up that Cleveland offense, hitting his spots. He looked good. No runs allowed. That's the whole name of the game. Keeping it under their bats. They're a powerful hitting team. Now, if they're going to have any success, they're going to have to send Trevor Bauer to the shower. You got to be able to catch him. He's a good-looking young pitcher, but get that fastball.
A lot of teams. The Royals have lost 18 of their last 23 in Cleveland, but the Indians come limping home from a 1-4 road trip. Game 1 of a 3-game series begins when we come back. In Cleveland, 55 degrees with a chance for rain later tonight. The Indians are in first place in the Central, but in our division that just means 500. Every other team in the division is below 500. And here's the Royals lineup against right-hander Trevor Bauer. Alex Gordon will be the designated hitter tonight. He'll bat 7th. And Abraham Almonte, a one-time Indian, will bat 9th, and he will be in center field. Trevor Bauer hasn't only been good this year in 7 starts. Really, his run began in July of last year.
Yeah, he's got that nice little opponent average of 179. Not doing a whole lot off of him. Look at that ERA, sparkling 2.53. He's tough. Fastball, curve, slider, changeup, cut, fastball. He invents as he goes along, but his fastball, you got to look for it at 94. He's only giving up a 194 average against.
John Jay is coming off a very good series against the Orioles. He had 6 hits in the 3-game series and scored 4 runs. And the first pitch of the game is a fastball at 94 for a strike.
And that's about what he'll average. He can add and subtract off of that fastball as well with a cutter.
There's the curve and a swipe from Alonso to Bauer, back to Alonso. Just like they practiced it in spring training.
Yeah, little patty cake with the ball here, but Bauer's a good athlete. Watch him. He knows immediately left-handed batter got to get over, ready for anything, just glove to glove. Defensively, the Cleveland Indians are really good this year. They're plus 14 in defensive runs saved. You see the infield, the outfielders. Allen is in center field. He's a good-looking young center fielder. He can go get him. Ramirez, Lindor, Kipnis, Alonso, and Perez is the back catcher. They're good. The 14th. That's got to stay in. So they're early hacking.
Now Alonso makes a play and foul territory. So 2 down on 3 pitches. And we talk about all the time, if you're going to get to the best pitchers, get to them early. And the Royals have done a good job of that overall this year. They've scored the most runs in the major leagues in the first inning. They had 14 in the Royals-Orioles series. However, You have to go back 20 starts the last time Trevor Bauer allowed a run in the first inning.
Comes out sharp. He's good and ready. He starts his pregame routine way before anybody else does. He's out doing his exercises before the game. And maybe that's one of the reasons why he's so sharp early.
Alonso, he's been a busy man. It has not been his smoothest defensive inning. I think he jumped on a ball he didn't have to jump for, and Moustakas is on with 2 outs.
I think he played that into a hit. Yeah. Well, you know, it looked like he had a highlight glove on, or one of those.
Well, I guess he did have to go up for it.
And it was a clinker.
He's telling Moustakas that you hit a knuckleball to me.
And so Moose is happy that he got his 9th infield hit. That wasn't really an infield hit, but it was. He lined it.
Salvador Perez on his 28th birthday hit a grand slam in the first inning last night. He finished with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs in the Royals-Orioles series. Out to Allen in center field. So he used only 7 pitches, Bauer did, and faced 4 in a scoreless top of the first. He's going up against Jason Hamill tonight. For the Indians, he has an 11-game hitting streak, but most in the Indians batting order are struggling as they begin this series with the Royals. But they do have a very potent offense. They are both 3rd in the league in home runs and 3rd in the league in stolen bases.
A little combination of power and speed. Hamill knows he's had success off him last year. Won 3 games against Cleveland Indians. Not easy to do. He's tough when he gets his pitches working. The fastball sets up the slider. Slider's his out pitch. 250 average on that pitch.
First things first, got to make sure your spikes are tied before you dig in for the first pitch.
Yeah, interesting how right before he was digging in, he realized that.
And that's in for a strike. Let's take a closer look at Lindor's 11-game hitting streak, our Kia drive to success. He has 6 home runs and 12 driven in addition to hitting over 400 during the hit streak. His career high is 13, and he accomplished that last year.
One of the reasons he's so hot now is that he's relaxed. Ty Van Berkelio, in his 6th year as the Indians hitting coach, was telling me before the game that he really starts in a very comfortable position. He was a little bit tight earlier in the year. He was over gripping the bat, but right now, watch where he puts his bat on his shoulder here. He kind of just rests it right there. See how he's breathing, but he's got to be relaxed to hit. See his hands moving a little bit, keeping a loose grip. That's been important for him.
Jammed him. Witt makes the play in shallow right field. 1 down.
Royals forward around the horn. Royals defense. John Jay. He's in left field. El Monte getting to start in center field. Jorge Soler in right. And Lucas Duda, Merrifield, Escobar, and Moose, and Salvador Perez all get an opportunity to help Hamill with their gloves in the infield.
Michael Brantley with 1 out. He's been a heck of a hitter over the years against the Royals with numbers similar to that. He's a .326 career hitter with over 400 at-bats against the Royals. However, he is one of several Indians hitters that at the moment are cold at the plate. Brantley is 2 for his last 16. These are averages on the road trip. So Brantley, cleanup hitter Edwin Encarnacion, Jason Kipnis, their number 6 hitter, and catcher Roberto Perez all struggled on the road, and the Indians went just 1-4 at New York and Milwaukee.
Yeah, and Brantley getting a chance to hit up in the order. Tito was telling me before the game today that he's dropping Kipnis down to the 6th hole, and for the first time this year, because he's been struggling, and moving Brantley up to get him going.
2-2. That's well hit to right field. 2 hops to Soler. So Brantley gets the homestand going right with a base hit in his first at bat, and the Indians have a runner at first with 1 out.
He's really quiet. He doesn't even stride with his foot. That's all hands. That's a nice breaking ball. Look at that. That's where you want it to break and finish, is below the knees. And he didn't even stride. All hands. Good swing.
And now Jose Ramirez. He's starting to warm up after a slow start, and he has 10 home runs, which is tied for 4th in the American League. That's well hit. Deep right center field, and home run number 11 for Jose Ramirez.
And speed. Cleveland Indians are at it again. 92 fastball. Outer part of the plate. Short, compact. Got it. And it's not exactly easy in this cool weather to hit him out of this ballpark. Slight breeze blowing in.
Strike on Encarnacion. Well, Ramirez jumping on a fastball. That's nothing new for him. His slugging percentage is almost .700 against fastballs this year. That puts him in the top 5 in the major leagues. And now Encarnacion bounces it out to Moustakas, who throws on a bounce. And fortunately for Duda, it was a long bounce, and there are 2 outs. Francisco Lindor has a very interesting haircut, although he doesn't have any hair. Maybe you read the story. He had hair just like Jose Ramirez, similar hairstyle, but he promised his high school team in Orlando, if they had a perfect season this year, that they could shave his head.
Good for him.
And they went 25-0. So the Indians yesterday had an off day, so he flew to Florida and they had a big high school assembly, and a couple members of the high school baseball team got to shave his head in front of the whole school.
Oh, that's awesome. Now I always watch their pregame show, our guys Goldberg and Montgomery. They were showing this and it was really fresh. I mean, look at that. The entire school's there. Tell you how popular he is. Look at all the smiles. Look at these young players, man. Look at them. What a thrill. I'll bet they divvied up that hair. Everybody had a little bit in their own little pouch, took it home.
And then apparently they took him to art class and somebody went to work with some lines. That's impressive.
It is. That's good stuff.
1-2 on Yonder Alonso. He has 8 home runs and he's only hitting .218. He has not had a good start to the month of May. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lindor grew up in Puerto Rico, but then he and his family moved to the United States so that he could go to high school in the U.S. Now Alonso hits it deep to left center field, and that is gone. And now Jason Hamill has allowed 3 runs in the first inning in each of his last 2 starts.
Before the game, Alonso, he was working middle to left center, exactly where that pitch was, and that's his focus. And he didn't miss that one. That's and, the ball seems to be flying out, but it's really not. Those balls are well hit.
And now strike on Jason Kipnis.
Hamill's got to really tighten up. Can't give Bauer any more cushion. He's tough. Got a 2.53 ERA.
One and one on Kipnis. John Jay is in left field tonight, and he'll make the play. That's 2 home runs for the Indians in the first and 9 allowed by the Royals on this trip. early lead. You can help us celebrate 50 years of Royals baseball, presented by Charlie Hustle. This exclusive t-shirt featuring 9 Royals legends, designed by Kansas City's favorite t-shirt brand, will be available with your theme ticket, and that is in the series Monday when the Royals host the Rays and Yankees on the next homestand beginning Monday. Tickets are now available online at royals.com/theme tickets. It'll be Lucas Duda, Whit Merrifield, and Alex Gordon against Trevor Bauer. 2-0 on Duda.
Fastball change. Duda has 1 hit off Bauer. It was a homer.
Into the shift. That's the shortstop Lindor. So 6-3 for the first out. In fact, that home run you're talking about, that was the only run scored in the game back on April the 7th. Trevor Bauer went 8 innings, gave up just 1 run to the Royals in a duel with Ian Kennedy, and that only run was a Lucas Duda home run in the 7th inning, which I believe, if memory serves, Bauer blamed after the game on Major League Baseball's clock in between innings, and he didn't have enough time to get warmed up on a cold day, and that was the reason why he made a mistake to Duda.
Yeah. Whatever. He pretty vocal young man, uses his Twitter account maybe a little bit too much for Terry Francona. But
next weekend, Terry Francona, Trevor Bauer, and the Indians will be in Houston. And if you've been paying attention to Trevor Bauer's Twitter account, that could be interesting, as he questioned some of the increased spin rates among Astros pitchers this year, and may have been implying that they were using illegal substances to improve their pitching grips.
yeah, that you have to be pretty careful anytime, really, what you say. Puts pressure on yourself and also can be offensive to others. We'll see how the Astros hitters take to him. Whitley, good swing. 96, he was on it. 2 for 14 in his career off Bauer.
And he's coming off a very good series in Baltimore. He was on base 8 times in the 3-game series, with 5 hits and 3 walks and 2 more stolen bases. That ball's hit well to left field, and that will get by Brantley. Witt's at second base with 1 out.
10th double, it's a beauty. Ty Soler for the team lead in doubles. Yeah, that little breaking ball right over the middle of the plate. Whitley was on it. Didn't miss it. And you know it's an extra base right away. Look at him starting his turn way outside there. Gonna cut the corner.
And now Alex Gordon with a runner at second base. Fastball at 95. Speaking of fastballs at 95, let's go down to Joel.
Good segue, Ryan.
Thank
Good
you.
segue. The designated hitter has been an interesting one for Ned Yost this year. This is his 6th different DH in the last 6 games. He's really rotating it around. First time that Alex Gordon has started at DH since 2015, 5th start of his career. But Ned saying this isn't a matter of keeping Alex fresh or any single player. It's a matter of rotating around. He has the ability to do that, to try to keep everyone fresh. Think about it, even guys like Paulo Orlando, Cam Gallagher, everyone has been there. Coming into the game, the Royals had used the most designated hitters in baseball with 10. The Angels were at 9. Make it 11 now, with Alex being the 11th DH on the season for Ned Yost.
That's 2 more than Ned used all of last year.
And he said he would do that in spring training. Staying on it.
Alex doesn't like that call and talks it over with Eric Cooper. Perez did a good job of pulling it back into the strike zone.
He did. Hard in, soft away. We'll see. Maybe he goes to the curved low.
Breaking ball up, and Kipnis. No signal from the umpires, and now first base umpire Gary Cederstrom calls Alex out, so he did not catch it on the fly.
Yeah, too bad. He wanted to get a little bit of elevation there and drop it out there and score Whitley, but couldn't quite do it. It was a breaking ball that hung, and it bounced. Looked like to me. Alonso's foot looked a little bit funky on that base, but apparently he stayed on it.
So 2 outs with Merrifield at second base to Alcides Escobar. He did not go around. Hard slider thrown there by Bauer, and that's become his strikeout pitch this year. Last year it was his curve, and he has slowly transitioned into using his slider for his out pitch.
Yep, and you know he's got that change up too occasionally, but I think it's good. You know, he's making adjustments, and there's a knock with a runner in scoring position. Fantastic.
Zaleski drives in his first of the road trip.
Yeah, makes him 10 for 29 with a homer. He hits Bauer pretty well, and there's that slider. Didn't do a lot. Esky off the end of the bat stayed right with it. Just almost as good as the knock he got in Baltimore, except he's barreled that one a little bit better in Baltimore. I'm surprised Lindor didn't die for that and try to knock that down. He's normally on his belly getting dirty.
Fouled away by former Indian Abraham Almonte. He had to leave the game on Wednesday in Baltimore due to an illness after a couple of at-bats. Almonte was here in Cleveland 2015, 16, and 17. 1-1. That's back to the middle and off of Lindor's glove. Escobar, with 2 outs, was going on contact, so he'll run to third. And the Royals keep the line moving with 2 down in the second inning. First and third with the top of the order coming up.
Goodwood hit it hard. Lindor just off the end of his glove, but I like the read that Escobar made as a base runner. And he reached out. That's 88 off the outside part of the plate. An excellent job of staying with the pitch to hit it that hard.
So John Jay, who is 0 for 1, has a chance to drive in a run. There's the curveball, and it's in for a strike.
John Jay's working on that wrist. 167, can bring it up here, would really be nice for Hamill. Give him a little lift.
Oh, 0-2. Last year, it was the reverse for John Jay. had more success against the fastball than he did the breaking balls.
Yeah, it's interesting how sometimes it changes. But see, he's been so good at getting these base hits this way to the opposite field. Been very good at letting the ball travel, get deep, at least in the Baltimore series.
Still 0-2.
There you go. That's excellent how he spreads out the hits, uses the whole field. Two-strike approach is going to work here. Bauer didn't want to give him anything too good. Sometimes he makes a mistake, though. Just shorten it up, place it out there.
Almonte read that immediately as if he was anticipating the ball in the dirt, and I was just discussing that with Mitch Meyer, the Royals first base coach, base running coach, about one of the things he's been working on with the base runners this year is knowing the count, not just knowing what a pitcher does when you're a hitter, but know what he does when you're on the bases and when you can anticipate that ball in the dirt.
Right, and an 0-2 count, he's going to try to waste one, and sometimes he bounces it. And you can see on the replay there, he went right as soon as it bounced. He was ready, just like you said, good anticipation.
Perez wanted an appeal. Stu Sherwater is the umpire at third. He says no swing. And now 2-2 on John Jay. Bauer's among the league leaders in strikeouts, 8th in the league, and he's done a great job of just putting hitters away when he has 2 strikes in the count.
So far, a couple of breaking balls, Jay not biting. Could he knock in a couple, be huge.
And he will. John Jay goes the other way, and he'll drive in Escobar and Almonte. And the Royals answer the Indians 3 with a 3-run inning of their own.
Nicely done. I mean, to tell you, to get Bauer like that, looked like a heater. So much for the 250 average on the heater. In on his hands, he's still thinking opposite field. Timely. Nice job. 2 out hitting with 2 strikes. Carl Willis, he's saying, all right, didn't think I was going to need to come out this early and give you a pep talk, but that's what they're having to do. 3rd double on the season. It was a money double.
Last time these two teams played here, now it was bitter cold, but the Royals are having a tough time scoring runs, and they've turned that around over their last 12 games, scoring about 6 runs per game and hitting over 280 with runners in scoring position. Soler went after a big curveball and missed. He fouled out to first in the first inning. So he goes back to the breaking ball again. No balls and 2 strikes. Soler, no matter what uniform he has worn this year, has swung the bat well, but he's been particularly good in the road Grays, our Toyota League leaders. In the major leagues, only Matt Kemp and Carlos Correa have a higher road batting average than Jorge Soler.
He's a road warrior. 3 curves in a row. He was guessing the first 2 swings for a heater and fooled him. He's got an excellent eye, but he eyeballed that one.
Another breaking ball. That one was out of the strike zone, and Soler goes down swinging. But the Royals, after the 1-out double by Merrifield, get an RBI from Escobar, 2 from John Jay, all with 2 outs to tie the game. 3 in the second. And remember, if you can't catch the game on TV, you can stream games live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. It's presented by T-Mobile. Tyler Naquin is swinging the bat well for the Indians. He takes a strike. Cleveland got 2 home runs in the first. Jose Ramirez hit a 2-run home run. Yonder Alonso a solo home run.
Naquin's doing a nice job. He's hitting it everywhere,
including into John Jay's glove. One away.
Good for John Jay. Tell you, that makes Hamill a different guy right now. Come back like that after giving up a couple of home runs in the first inning. Your team come back in the second and pick you up, man. That's huge.
And now Roberto Perez was hitting 128. And has had a tough time not just getting hits, but making contact. He has 22 strikeouts in 47 at bats.
Him and Yan Gomes are kind of sharing. Yan Gomes, he's played in 24 games. Perez has played in, this is his 15th.
Good location with that fastball. 0-2. Now Hamill's ERA is down compared to last year, and yet so are his strikeouts by a pretty good rate. He's averaging just a fraction under 5 strikeouts per 9 innings. Last year he had over 7 strikeouts per 9 innings. Look at that big hop for Esky, almost kangarooed over his head, and he throws low due to pulls it out of the dirt. 2 down.
I was talking with Cal today about that, noticing that his strikeouts were down a little bit, and I asked him for the reasons really, and he said, you know, he's pitched more to contact. He goes, outs are outs, doesn't matter how you get them. You know, we'd like the majority of innings and pitches to be thrown by our starters, and so if it's going to cut down on his pitch count, then we're all for it. It's all about outs. It's not, you know, the strikeouts are glamorous, but they don't really care about those. Makes a lot of sense.
Fouled away by Greg Allen. And most strikeout pitchers throw a lot of pitches. You can't get 1 out on 1 pitch. You can't get an out on 2 pitches with a strikeout.
You're right.
It's going to take 3 or more. And so strikeouts are fun to see when a pitcher is dominating the opposing lineup. But the price you pay for a lot of strikeouts is a lot of pitches.
Yeah, and Cal made sure to tell me too. Look, I'm not saying that we don't want our bullpen in there, and I'm a little afraid of getting to the bullpen. No, it's about innings by our starters. We want them to have the majority innings. It's a good looking glove he's got.
2-2 on Greg Allen. He has been called up since the Royals last saw the Indians.
It's got multi-colors. You see that patch sewn over the finger there. Like a lot of ball players like to put their index finger out of their glove, and for pitchers, patches there, so sometimes they don't give away pitches, or it looks like you know, they sometimes will have a tendency to show a pitch. Ooh, we're looking at bounce back with that inning. That's exactly what he needed.
It'll be Mike Moustakas leading off the top of the 3rd in a 3-3 tie. Mike Moustakas has not only been wearing out fastballs this year, but he's been swinging at just about every good fastball he has seen. Swinging at almost 60% of the fastballs he sees, and that's the highest rate in the major leagues.
He's aggressive, and he's aggressive on the first 3 pitches he sees. Usually he's all over, and I like that. Reason that you're up there is to hit, and the pitcher's trying to get ahead of you, so it makes sense to swing early. You know, we just played the Red Sox. The Red Sox are so much better this year, and they're powerful. Last year they didn't have any power. They didn't hit for power. Well, there was a report done on how aggressive the Red Sox entire team is. They're swinging early in counts. I think that's the best way to go.
Salvador Perez flied out to center in the first inning.
So much easier to hit when you're early in the count than when you're behind in the count.
Salvi got a hanging slider, and Allen was there, and it's off of his glove.
Ball was hit hard, deserves to be a hit. Allen's very speedy, but they're going to give him an error. Looks like it. He just misjudged it. I thought because he left his feet, they may give it to him, but he actually had the ball in his glove and just missed it.
Ball got away from Bauer. He doesn't like the baseball, so he asked for a new one from home plate umpire Eric Cooper. Duda grounded into the shift in the second inning. Fielded by the shortstop Lindor on the right side. Curveball's in for a strike. With the error by Allen, should point out that the Indians have had a good defensive year so far. According to defensive runs saved, they are tied with the Yankees at +14, and that's also tied for 4th in the major leagues.
Terry Francona, he knows the importance of that defense. Brad Mills, his bench coach, is really kind of been in charge of the infielders a lot. They've really done a lot of extra work in spring training. There's Mills with his arms crossed. A lot of baseball experience between those two guys.
Still 2-2. Duda's had several hits this year with 2 strikes where he goes the other way and beats the shift. They're going to try and pitch him inside, and it's out over the plate, and Duda hooks it into the right field corner. Salvador Perez will go first to third. Duda has a double, and that with the error puts runners at second and third with 1 out.
Royals hitters are catching those balls that are elevated there. That's a meaty 82-mile-an-hour hook. Saw it all the way. You know, wasn't exactly a huge hanger, but that was meaty right there. Good swing, short and compact. See if they can do something with it. Make the error hurt. With 1 out, second and third, Whitley. See if he can do something here. 167 wrist. He can improve on that. Infield halfway. This is where you want to think middle away, look out there, and then if he hangs a breaking ball, he'll pull it naturally. Infield like that gives you a little bit more room, more range to slash it by him if you're a hitter. And the reason that they're playing that way is because with a runner at second base, instead of being all the way in on the grass, it gives the infielders an opportunity to have a little bit more range to keep the second run from scoring.
And with Salvi not being very fast, they don't have to come all the way in. 97 over the outside edge, or so says the home plate umpire Eric Cooper. And Merrifield did jump on a breaking ball and double to left his first time up.
That's off the plate. Whitley, he agreed. He says, you know what? Come on. That ball's off. He don't need help. Okay, Bauer shaking. Roberto Perez is trying to find the right pitch. This situation here, 2-1. Good hitting count. 3-1 makes it even better. You didn't want to miss here.
Two and two. Full count.
To me, Bauer is pitching a little bit tentatively. He's not. You can tell by his tempo. He's not real confident. He's a little bit worried about Whitley. He sees Alex Gordon and he's thinking, well, Alex has been swinging a lot better bat, but this is the guy I'm a little concerned with, and his tempo is showing that. He want no part of Whitley. Now Alex has got to make him pay. Deep exhale breath there by Bauer. Walks to the back. He says, me and you are working, him and the catcher. Yeah, there you go. Got to know who you're working when the ball comes to you. Before it even comes to you, you got to know what you're going to do with it. Alex knows what to do. Take advantage of situations like this on an excellent pitcher. You got to get him. Keep it up. Keep pressuring him. Little frenzy hitting right here.
Salvi's at third. He reached on an error. Duda's at second. He doubled, and Merrifield just walked. Bauer got a ground ball to second from Alex Gordon in the second inning. Fastball at 97. He's running it up there tonight. A lot of 96, 97. Ball four to Merrifield was 98.
He's missing a little bit in the middle, though. Happens. Just you can't miss the hitter.
1-1. As the Royals have averaged about 6 runs per game over their last 12, Alex has been right in the middle of it, hitting .370. Got him to chase a big, hard curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ooh, man, that's a quick breaker. A lot of spin on that. Heavy spin rate.
Comes out of his hand like a hanger. And it comes in high, and the hitter's thinking, okay, that's the pitch I want, and then just seemed to accelerate.
Oh, had good bite on it. Probably go back with it. Maybe he'll bounce one.
He did go back with it and threw it a little lower, so Bauer needed a strikeout, and he got it. 2 outs.
Man, I'll tell you, that's so hard to hit. and when it starts up around the letters, it looks good. By the time you swing, it's down below your knees.
Escobar drove in the first of 3 in the second inning, all coming with 2 outs. And now he's up there again with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And that's 98. And upstairs to Escobar. Bauer threw 8 pitches in the first inning. He has thrown 51 in the last 2.
Kind of like the Royals approach.
Got the call. Very similar call to Witt earlier in the inning.
Eric Cooper, his tendencies as an umpire is to favor the pitcher.
Two and 1.
Escobar being much more patient. 9 walks this season in 37 games after recording his 9th walk last season in his 93rd game. Amazing. He's got a better idea what he wants to do, and he's not swinging for the fences. Big situation here. Shorten up, wait for your pitch. Just like Terry Bradshaw, their hitting coach, was talking about, facing Bauer, you got to look for your pitch in a certain spot and stay convicted with it, and don't miss it.
Three and 1.
Short, compact swing against a guy who throws mid to upper 90s. He'll provide the power. If you just play a little pepper with him, he'll provide the power.
Now, a couple of nights ago, there was a key play. Escobar at the plate. He worked himself into a 3-ball count. Remember, and then he swung at ball 4, and that helped the Orioles get out of the inning. What will he do here?
Busted.
And he takes ball 4.
Wow. He's a walking machine this year. Sweet. I hear my Little League coach yelling, "A walk's as good as a hit." And there it is.
That's the second trip to the mound in 2 innings from pitching coach Carl Willis.
Well, he's pulling off the ball. There's no question Bauer is. And he's mentioned the fact that we haven't seen him throw this hard in a while. He's overthrowing. Willis is probably telling him, hey, less is more here. Let's get back down in that zone. That's what you do. Take advantage of it. Now a hit here would be a beautiful thing. That would really stir up their bullpen.
So the error has turned into a run. Salvi reached on an error. So 10 walks for Escobar. He had 15 all of last year, 162 games. And Dan Otero loosens up with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. The Royals on this trip, even though they're 1 and 2, twice they knocked a starter out very, very early in the game. Now Terry Francona is concerned about Bauer. Almonte really helped him out.
He was guessing. Guy throws that hard, you're looking for it. You swinging wild like that, that's what you're looking for. Little handsy swing like he had last time up to keep the line moving is what he wants. Don't try to juice it.
Allen fades back and makes the catch. It was his error that got the Royals going. So Bauer only allows 1, but the Royals take a 4-3 lead. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Find yours at your Kansas City area Chevy dealers. Cold, but not nearly as bad as it was the last time we were here, which included a first pitch of 32 degrees, the coldest first pitch in the history of this ballpark going back to 1994. So 55 feels like the Bahamas.
Yeah, it's amazing for Cleveland. You'd think there might be some cooler, but that's too cold to play baseball.
That is just foul. Duda didn't think so. He was ready to fire over to first.
Too bad. That would have been a nice out right there.
Jason Hamill is winless in his last 11 starts. However, that is his run support. Under 2.5 runs. That goes back to last year. So it's not all on him. And the Royals have given him 4, and we're only in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Royals tried to help out Ian Kennedy last night. Kennedy has got very, very little run support this year and last year. Royals scored 6 runs in the first 2 innings last night.
Ian, a little bit disappointed he had an off night.
But in his typical professional attitude fashion, you couldn't tell today that he had a bad night last night.
No, not at all. He understands, you know, that you gain nothing by moping the next day coming into the park. It's bad body language for your teammates. You see that. Let it go. Wash the results down the drain in the shower that night. You're good.
Still 2-2 on Lindor. Hamill got him on a pop up to second base in the first inning. On the ground to Duda, he'll take it himself. Friday nights are best spent at Kauffman Stadium with Buck Night and summer fireworks. Hope to see you every Friday home game during the summer. You'll get hot dogs and peanuts for just $1 and then stay after the game for a fireworks spectacular right from your seats. Coming up this Friday, it's the Royals and the Yankees at 7:15. Tickets are available at Royals.com. The red hot Yankees tied with the Red Sox for first place in the East.
Hopefully they'll cool down a little bit before they get to the K.
Michael Brantley singled with 1 out in the first inning and scored on the Jose Ramirez home run. Got him to chase. 1 ball, 1 strike.
See those? That's interesting. He's right down the middle. He misses those more than he gets the ones on the outside corner. 455. Takes it to left.
He didn't quite get it. And Soler makes the play. 2 outs.
Salvi wanted it up, and that's where he got it. Brantley pulled his hands in, and Hamill wasn't sure if he gave it a home run swing or what. He kind of had his head down like he might have hit it out, but it's a heavy air tonight. And talking with Ty Van Merklio, their hitting coach at batting practice today, he said, you know, the dimension's 400 straight away and 375 in the right center field gap. Look like it's an inviting environment, but the weather makes it hard to hit homers. Once it gets warm here, it carries a whole lot better.
Two 2-0 on Jose Ramirez, who had a 2-run home run to right center field in the first inning. Duda got a nice hop. He backhands, gets it to Hamill, and right after the Royals give him the lead, he has a 1-2-3 third. He has set down the last 7.
Served. We stand ready to serve all military families.
Royals are trying to accomplish tonight what the Orioles did last night, is turn around a game that seemed to be headed in the Royals' direction. Baltimore ended up scoring 8 unanswered runs last night. Cleveland got 3 in the bottom of the first inning, and now the Royals have scored the last 4. John Jay drove in 2 with 2 outs in the second inning with a double. On to Mitch Meyer. Picks out a fan in the first row.
Let's check out this beautiful inside out swing on a heater. Look at the angle of his bat. See how he kept his hands inside of the baseball, barreled it, and knew exactly what he was going to do. If he tried to pull it, he might have jammed himself and hit a little ground ball, been out of the inning. Terry Bradshaw was telling me today that Jay is as good as he's ever been right now. And he goes over a lot of tape from in previous teams that John Jay's played on when he was going good. And he said he's as good as he's ever been right now. He's locked in. Had an excellent series for the Orioles. 6 for 15, 4 runs scored. And I would agree. I mean, I haven't seen John Jay play every day for the other teams, but we have here in the last couple of weeks.
Sharply hit out to Kipnis. 1 out in the 4th inning. Let's go to Joel.
Well, I had a chance also to talk to Terry Bradshaw today about Jorge Soler, and he praised the offseason work. We've heard about that and the work that he's put in the video room. But a couple of other interesting notes. He said he wanted to give a lot of credit also to Pedro Grifol for also coaching, but being instrumental in the video room and the coaching from a translation standpoint, because you can lose a lot in translation. I said, well, what else is next? What's the next step? And he said, we want to see him use all fields, to start going opposite field. And then I passed on to him something Jeff Montgomery had said. Monty said, you know, I see a little bit of a comp with Frank Thomas. Not that he is Frank Thomas or will become a Hall of Famer, but just with the patience at the plate and the way he could cover it with that long reach. And Terry said to me, that's interesting that Monty said that, because we were just showing him video the other day of Frank Thomas and the way pitchers approach Frank Thomas. So they too are seeing the same thing.
Pretty good comp.
Sure is. And a good report, Joe.
Not great, but good, especially for Joel's standards.
Pedro Gaffal, quality control coach.
Three balls, two strikes, and you had to throw a strike to Frank Thomas. Not only was he a good hitter, but he had a feel for the strike zone. He would take his walks, always seemed to be in a hitter's count.
It was extremely frustrating to play against him, and to see how a pitch would be 2 inches on the inside part of the plate, and at 6'7", 260 pounds, he would jump back like it was going to hit him. And it was like, come on. Ooh, man, that ball is rifled out there. Good stroke.
On a 96 mile-an-hour fastball. Frank Thomas, by the way, had a .419 career on base percentage.
Amazing. Watch this. Man, that went in hot. Missouri Lottery will show you the replay, 96, and it left hot.
Now I want to make another comparison, which will sound like a contradiction to Frank Thomas, but hear me out.
Okay.
First the pitch to Mike Moustakas, and Bauer knew he was looking for a fastball and went with a changeup. Now I'm not talking about plate discipline here when I say this hitter's name, but he has that lanky, whippy bat speed that reminds me of Vladimir Guerrero.
Okay.
Where he gets those arms extended, and the way he whips that bat through the strike zone. Now, of course, Guerrero swung at everything.
Yeah, no.
So I'm not talking approach, mechanics.
That's beautiful there. Look at how his front foot keeps him back and doesn't move. His head is not coming forward. That's a perfect position to strike a ball hard right there. Little the movement, the better.
And now Moustakas goes into center field. He has a 2-hit game. And the Royals have 8 hits in 3 1/3 innings against Trevor Bauer.
You know, for a minute I thought you were going to compare his swing or tell me a little bit. That's a beautiful hit, by the way. Another hanging breaking ball by Bauer. He's all over the middle of the plate tonight, and the Royals are letting him know. I thought you might say Dave Winfield, but you know, when he had the long arms and legs, but he was 6'7", and he was an incredible athlete. And when he would get extended on a baseball, he could hurt some people in the infield and outfield. I saw him knock down Lloyd Mosby in center field on a line shot. Dave Winfield, all the way in center field. Dangerous. So we haven't seen a player like Dave Winfield since. And you know, to be drafted in all 3 sports, he was quite a incredible ball player. And
his college set him up for that.
He went to a pretty prestigious school,
Sure
didn't he?
did. Salvi chased the high fastball. The Royals' 8 hits are the most allowed this year.
Here's your comparable.
Now I'm talking about from this point right here.
Wow, little straighter front leg, Vladdy had.
I'm talking about the bat through the zone.
Okay.
That strike zone that we put on the screen, when Vladimir Guerrero came up, it'd have to be a lot taller You'd have to go from the bill of the helmet to the shoelaces to cover his strike zone.
From his nose to his toes.
Yeah. Right to Lindor. And that was a killer for the Royals last night. Ground ball double plays, and Bauer uses that to get out of the fourth. Unforgettable Royals history with a George Brett Pine Tar bobblehead giveaway. That's next Saturday. Appropriately enough, the Yankees will be in town. That's to the first 20,000 fans inside the gates. And that's a 6:15 game on Saturday against the Yankees. Buy your tickets now at royals.com/tickets. It'll be Edwin Encarnacion, Yonder Alonso, and Jason Kipnis in the bottom of the fourth inning. Just got a text from a member of the Royals front office reminding me that Royals senior advisor to Dayton Moore, Donnie Williams, is the scout that signed Dave Winfield.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Come on. I didn't either. I see Donnie. He's at the ballpark. I need to talk to him about that. What that process was all about, man.
And he went straight to the big leagues.
Yeah.
Dave Winfield.
Only player in the history to be drafted in 3 sports.
Two and one on Encarnacion. He grounded out to Moustakas in the first inning. Three and one.
Winfield was in the first round in all 3 sports.
Two on Encarnacion. Another one of the Indians hitters. Not swinging the bat well at the moment, with just 2 hits in his last 16 at bats with 1 RBI. Moustakas ricochets it over to Escobar, not quite in time.
Great try. Moose deflected it to Escobar. Encarnacion doesn't run all that well, so he thought he would carry it through. That was a ball that Moose tried to get his glove up as it took a high hop on him there. And Encarnacion will get an infield hit.
Yonder Alonso hit an opposite field home run in the first inning, capping the Indians' 3-run first. And then Hamill went on to retire the next 7 for Encarnacion's infield hit. Wow. What's that pitch?
Okay, here's the stat cast for Alonso, his homer. Opposite field, 102, got up under it. You got to get it up high enough to get it over that wall in left field. He's a wall scraper, and it worked.
That curve was called a strike.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Eric Cooper, he's given Bauer a lot of those corners. I mean, he needs to go both ways. He's going to miss on that one. That previous pitch before that was right where you need to be.
Two and one.
But we all know umpiring is not an exact science. Behind the plate, do the best they can.
Eric Cooper was Mark Burley's favorite umpire. Mark Burley threw a no-hitter and a perfect game in his career, and both times Eric Cooper was the home plate umpire. He's also been behind the plate for a Hideo Nomo no-hitter, so he has 3 on his resume. Three and two. Got away from him. So an infield single and a walk. Hamill's first walk, and the Indians have 2 on and nobody out. This summer, the World Cup is coming to Fox and FS1. Every match live and over 300 hours of coverage. The world's biggest sporting event begins June 14th on Fox and FS1.
I think Hamill was a little careful with the 2 big fellas that are on base here. Kipnis in a little bit of a slump. He's grounded in 2 double plays. Hamill's not a real ground ball guy, but so why not bunt?
Might have a play at third, and they do.
Nicely done. I was talking with their hitting coach again, Ty Van Berkeley, about the bunt, and he says that there's definitely a place for it in this game. Now Kipnis, it was a poor bunt, no doubt. You don't want to hit to the bunt to the pitcher. You want to make the third baseman come and field that. But in situations like that, that's what it's used for, and there's room for it in the game.
Tyler Naquin flied out to John Jay in the second inning. He has a 7-game hitting streak coming into tonight, 1 shy of his career high. And he's taking all the way and looks at a fastball at 92. Maybe it's because he was looking for a fastball down rather than up. He hits .533 when he puts low fastballs in play. That's the 4th best in either league. Swings at a curve, and he's down, no balls, 2 strikes. Naquin has not grounded into a double play yet this year. Way upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Last year, even though Hamill's ERA was over 5, he pitched well, really well, with runners in scoring position. This year, you can make a good case that he's had some bad luck. Opponent's batting average is .279. That's high. But look, he's giving up fewer than 5% line drives.
Yeah, so it's a lot of doinkers. He obviously trying to stay up in the zone. He knows about Naquin's ability to hit the ball down, but sometimes you take your chances down there and they make me pull one right to Whitley here, and they can roll a double play and get out of it.
Deep into left center field, and it stays in play, but it's off the wall. And right behind Alonso is Jason Kipnis. He knows the ballpark. He knew that that ball was not going to be caught, and he was only about 10 feet behind yonder Alonso. And Tyler Naquin ties his career high with an 8-game hitting streak, and Cleveland regains the lead.
It was a hanger. When it starts out eye high, you can see the yellow curve. It's going to be a hittable pitch. There's no chance for Almonte to catch that ball. Hit halfway up the wall, and like you said, Kipnis, he's the trail runner. He saw it all the way and knew that Almonte wasn't going to get there, and there was no chance at all.
And oh boy, he's grabbing the back of his leg.
Oh.
One moment you're hitting a 2-run double to give your team the lead, and the next moment you're stretching out your leg. Usually when you see someone stretching like that, it's a calf. And it looks like he's trying to talk his way to staying in the game. Indians are already 1 outfielder short. Lonnie Chisenhall, speaking of calf injuries, has been on the disabled list with that all season. Our University of Kansas Health System injury report update. The former third baseman turned right fielder was on the DL 3 times last year and only played in half a season.
Yeah, and the calf's tough injury to get over. It looked like it could be a cramp. Who knows? I don't know exactly, but staying in can be costly if there's a play at the plate. It's close. You got to do any straining running. Too bad he hung that breaking ball.
Perez grounded out to short in the 2nd inning. Here's a little lesson for athletes out there, or former athletes, and I learned this from Royals trainer Nick Kenny last year. We're watching Nate when he's out there and keeps stretching that leg. Nick said that's the worst thing you can do. If your muscle is bothering you, you are just further irritating it by trying to keep stretching it out. That is your body's way of saying back off when you get a cramp or a spasm or a pull in the muscle. And even though it's, instinct, okay, I'll just stretch it out, that'll make it feel better. Nope. Best thing you can do when that happens in muscle, just leave it alone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You got that? I don't want to see you stretching your legs up here in the booth.
Thank you. But the natural tendency is to do that, what Naquin was doing, and rub it, stretch, make sure it's all good, but learn something every day.
Three balls, 2 strikes. There's John Adams and his trademark drum. He's at the top of the bleachers in left center field. You hear that sound in this ballpark, and it's only natural to think to yourself, uh-oh. I remember when this ballpark first opened in the mid-90s, and the Indians were winning one division after another, and this place was packed. 455 consecutive sellouts. Albert Bell, Manny Ramirez up there. John Adams pounding that drum. Perez walks, and that's the second allowed by Hamill in this inning. 455 consecutive sellouts in this ballpark.
Yeah, try to win a game here was just almost impossible. I was with the Angels in '94, 5-6 for 3 years, and we would come here and it was trouble. You knew it when you got here.
So 2 on with 1 out. Cal Eldred will have a chat with Hamill before Greg Allen comes up. We remind you, you can watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Hamill keeping his team in the game. There's no doubt. The Royals are right there, but they're threatening again. Allen will be tough to double up. This young man can really run. Greg Allen.
He's a product of the Indians farm system out of San Diego State. Timeout was called by Salvador Perez. So he's telling Hamill, that was me. A lot of times it's just Salvi rethinking his pitch and saying, nah, let's try this. Fastball right down the middle, so that got in Greg Allen's head and got them thinking you might see something off speed, and Hamill just laid one in there.
It was right there.
Still 0-2. The Indians scored 3 when Hamill threw 20 pitches in the first inning. They have scored 2 in this 27-pitch fourth inning. Thought about it and able to check. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Allen's getting to start in center because Bradley Zimmer got shaken up in New York as he crashed into a wall. Needs a few more days to recover.
Still 1-2. And we'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes. This next pitch will be number 8 in this battle between Allen and Hamill. It's just Allen's 6th at bat at the major league level this year.
Yeah, and, you know, he's got to get it out here. You know who's on deck.
And he comes back from 0-2 to fill out the count with Francisco Lindor on deck.
Like to just get right back down in that zone. Don't want to have to face this guy with him full. I got to challenge him here. Hope something good happens.
That'll be out of play.
He's trying to get him to pop the ball up.
So now it'll be at least a 10-pitch plate appearance for Greg Allen. Hamels given up an infield single. He has walked 2 and he's allowed a 2-run double to Naquin in this inning. And Allen hits it well to center field. Almonte is on it. Boy, did the wind knock that ball down. Almost on cue, the wind picked up, blowing in from center field as soon as Allen hit that ball. And Almonte, even though Allen isn't a power hitter, he was on his horse. It was a very little horse. You could hardly see it. But then, boy, the wind was like a wall.
Yeah, look at him stop in his track and come right back. Nice job. Got behind it. He was able to keep Naquin from tagging up. Of course, Naquin still nursing a sore left leg.
Lindor has more home runs by 6 and RBIs against the Royals than any other team. So far tonight, Hamels gotten him on a pop out to second and a ground out to first. Lindor has been hitting the ball hard, and he's had quite a spike in his batting average. It all started on April 25th
when the weather got warm.
3-0. Brantley is on deck. This will be his 38th pitch in this inning. And it's ball 4 to load the bases. So Hamels walked 3 in the inning. And now the Royals will get on the phone and get somebody warming up in the bullpen.
He's definitely pitched around a few guys in this inning. See if he can get out of it. Get Brantley to pop it up.
Way outside, ball 1.
Flying open a little bit and missing. Salvi wants to talk to him. Tell him to get that shoulder going right up and down, straight towards home plate. Cal Eldred told me that Hamels been able to repeat his mechanics for the most part. As tall as he is, sometimes he gets out of whack a little. So I would just remind him to get that shoulder going straight downhill. Big point in the game right here.
Sliders in for a strike. Naquin drove in 2 in this inning with a double. Perez walked and Lindor walked. has been a 40 pitch inning for Hamill. 20 pitches or more is a lot. 2-1.
He's going to have to get in there, you know, if he wants to take care of this inning himself. We saw a little bit of this last year when he would kind of nibble around a little bit. And that's kind of what we're seeing this inning here. He's not really convicted about pounding the strike zone down.
Foul outside of first base. 2-2. And now Tim Hill has joined Kevin McCarthy in the Royals bullpen. McCarthy's warmed up and ready to go. He's just watching. Hill is still heating up. 2-2 on Brantley, but the base is loaded and 2 down. Still 2-2. And a play.
Brantley had a rip there. He got him one up. Salvi. Give him that target down low. Let him focus down there. Better chance of hitting at somebody.
And we'll do it again.
He's got him in swing mode. He's hacking.
Royals just finished the series with the Orioles, and when the series began, they were the worst team in the league. 2 outs and runners in scoring position. The Indians are 3rd from the bottom. They've had a tough time so far this year hitting in spots like this. And Brantley, can the wind hold it? No. It is a 6-run bottom of the 4th inning for the Cleveland Indians. And that's the 2nd night in a row that Ned Yost has had a starter allow 9.
Brantley, he was patient. He took a few big rips like he wanted to do exactly what he did. Didn't miss it.
Chevy call to the bullpen. It'll be Hill.
Yep. 92. The natural lift to his swing. The wind, I thought, had a chance to hold it in, but no chance. That's the knockout blow for Hamill.
So Tim Hill comes on and faces the 9th Indian to come up in the inning, Jose Ramirez. So he'll slide over to the right side of the plate and take strike one from Tim Hill.
Fastball with a little sinking action. Slider, changeup. Opponents hit 250. 10 strikeouts, 11 2/3. It's got a good arm. Tough angle.
0-2. Last night we look out. We had a ball boy retrieving a foul ball behind home plate as Tim made the 0-2 pitch to Ramirez and strikes him out. So he comes in and finishes off the Indians in the 4th. But Cleveland comes up with 6. Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack. Part of the Buttery Jack family, only at Jack in the Box. Michael Brantley's grand slam makes it a 6-run bottom of the 4th inning. And now Trevor Bauer goes from being on the ropes in the 2nd, 3rd, and even in the 4th inning to pitching with a 5-run lead. And Brandon Geyer takes over in right field for Tyler Naquin. Terry Francona with a lead now, doesn't want Naquin to make his leg any worse, so he puts some fresh legs out in right. Lucas Duda has a double and he's grounded out to short. 1 for 2. That's well hit into left center field and will go all the way to the wall. And Lucas Duda has a 2-double night.
Boy, that sounded good. That's center cut. 94. Directed in the perfect spot. Middle away. Another well hit ball. 105 exit velocity.
delayed call and a strike on Whit Merrifield. Right now, the difference in the game is Bauer getting through the third and Hamill not being able to get through the fourth. The Royals, when they got a run in the third inning, there was an error and 2 walks. So they got 3 free bases. 0-2 on Whit, and the Indians were warming up in the bullpen. Bauer was struggling, but he was able to get Almonte with 2 outs to fly out to center field. The Indians had 2 runs home. They had 3 free runners because of walks. And after a long battle between Hamill and Brantley hit the grand slam. So both pitchers were presented with almost identical situations. Bauer, by the way, is at 91 pitches with nobody out in the 5th inning.
Hitters have been making him work. No doubt. Also trying to do their job offensively. Okay, Eric Cooper didn't give him that one. That's a good thing, and Bauer wanted it. That's off the plate.
From 0-2 to 3-2. Fouled into the upper deck. There's a nice crowd here tonight on a cool Friday night in Cleveland. As is normally the case this time of year, Indians fans are concerned because their favorite Indians are just at 500 and have a 1.5 lead over Minnesota in the Central. But they should know that it's usually around June 1st that a Terry Francona team begins to take off.
Yeah, it's been that way at least since 13.
And going back to 13 through May 31st, they are just a little bit better than 500. But after June 1st, they have the best record in the American League going back to 2013. Only the Dodgers have had a better winning percentage from June 1st and on back to 2013. Whit goes the other way. It's the 3rd time he's been on tonight. And back come the Royals with runners at 1st and 3rd and nobody out.
Nicely done. No wonder Bauer a little bit nervous about Whitley. Bauer staying on the outside part of the plate, and just when he came over a little bit of the dish, Whitley was there for it. Good swing. He's two hit Whit tonight in a walk. Good hitting position. Anyway, getting back to Francona and his teams, slow starts. I talked to Brad Mills, his bench coach, about that. And it seems to, I told him about the numbers that we came up with, and he said that, Terry, he understands being a ball player because he was a big leaguer and a good one, and he knows that it's not how you start, it's how you finish the season. And he always is constant with his team talking about, hey, look, fellas, Cream's going to rise to the top. So he's always been talking about, how we're going to finish strong this year. Sometimes that just is the way it's been for him.
The 10 hits for the Royals ties a career high for Trevor Bauer. And now he's upstairs, ball 1 on Alex Gordon. Alex has grounded out to second base and struck out, and that strikeout was huge for Bauer back in the third. The Royals had runners at second and third and one out, and Bauer needed a strikeout and he got it.
We've seen Alex Gordon send Bauer to the showers before with a huge homer. It'd be a big one here if he could do that, and it might send him to the shower.
Bases were loaded with one out when Bauer got the strikeout back in the third. One and two. Bauer will be making his 100th pitch. And that means he will have thrown at least 100 pitches in each of his 8 starts this year. Only he and Max Scherzer have done that. And he really had Alex fooled there. He had Alex guessing. And Bauer, normally a big strikeout pitcher, only has 3 tonight. Only Bauer and Max Scherzer among major league starters have thrown at least 100 pitches in every start this year. Escobar has 2 RBIs. He had 2-out RBI single in the second inning and then walked with the bases loaded in the third.
I wonder if Whitley will take a shot. Try to steal second, stay out of the double play possibly.
He is now 3rd in the American League after leading the league last year with 34. Oh and 2.
Especially on that big breaking ball, you can steal the base easily. A tough chance for Perez. Roberto Perez has thrown out just 1 of 7 this year.
One and 2.
Perfect pitch to run on here. Good stop. Look how he shuffled his feet to get the center of that ball right in the middle of his chest protector. Nice job.
See how he angles that knee, that right knee in, making sure the runner at first can't see the pitch is coming. Lindor. And they get the out at second base. No double play. Duda scores, and it's 9-5. Escobar has his 3rd RBI of the night.
Nice.
Abraham Almonte reached on an infield single in the second inning and scored on John Jay's 2-out double. And then he flied to center field in the third, which is Bauer's biggest out tonight.
Good thing Perez didn't throw it back. Bauer wasn't looking. He almost got hit.
So Terry Francona is watching Bauer grind through it tonight. He's thrown 106 pitches, and one of the reasons why he is allowing him to do that is because if he doesn't get another out, he won't qualify for the win. 3-0.
It's definitely not Bauer's best night.
Yeah, if he throws ball 4 right here, Terry Francona may have no other choice but to go to the bullpen. He's thrown as many as 122 pitches this year. And that was against the Texas Rangers, April 30th. Up the middle and into center field. Almonte has his second hit, and that'll send Escobar to third base. And so, for the first time in Trevor Bauer's career, he has given up 11 hits. And now he sees that Terry Francona is coming out with John Jay coming up. Not very happy, but he has no one to blame but himself.
Exactly. Francona had to take him out.
Chevy called to the bullpen for the Indians. Show us his line. He's given up 5 runs in 4 2/3. He's still responsible for 2 runners. One of the runs was unearned. And now Dan Otero will come on with runners at first and third and 2 down, and pitch to John Jay. Almonte took a couple of steps towards second and slammed on the brakes. Escobar's at third. Almonte's at first. Escobar has driven in the Royals' run in this inning. John Jay with 2 outs in the second doubled home. The 2 guys on the bases right now, Escobar and Almonte.
He's going to look for a sinking fastball. Find that hole.
Lindor throwing back to first on 1 hop.
Oh man, is he good. What a play. I thought he might try to go to second. Man, look at him get on top and contort his body, turn it back. Nicely done. Okay, Bert Smith going to get an opportunity here. Fire that hard fastball, mid-90s. Nice curve and change.
Fastball by him at 92. Encarnacion has an infield single, and he's grounded out to third. Right down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And then back with a changeup to strike out Encarnacion.
Nicely done. Had Encarnacion off balance. That's the key. Yeah, good location.
Birch last pitched on Tuesday, coming on in relief of Danny Duffy, and he went 2 2/3 innings. The Royals had a huge lead in that game. He had not pitched in a week, and we were talking about it the next night after visiting with Cal Eldred. Cal was talking about how those are very important innings. They don't feel like it when you're on the mound. 2-0 on Alonso. Big blowout game. You know, you feel like you're just grabbing a mop and going in there and getting the game to the end. But what you're doing is you're saving the normal back end of the bullpen. You look up at the scoreboard and you go, well, the game's not really on the line here. You're just trying to get this thing over with. But if those guys, and in the case on Tuesday, Bert Smith and Blaine Boyer, don't do their job, well, now you have to start dipping into your 7th, 8th, and 9th inning guys. And that usually comes back to bite you in a game when you need one of those guys, but they're not available because they had to come in to a blowout game.
That's right. It's important. Cal knows he's pitched in just about every role. His nice career he had, 10 years plus.
Away, ball 1 on Jason Kipnis. He tried to drop down a sacrifice bunt in the 4th inning, but he bunted it back to Hamill, who got an out at 3rd, so it was not a good bunt. But he eventually scored in a 6-run 4th inning. You're talking about Cal Eldred and how he's pitched in just about any role on a pitching staff.
Yep.
Now, obviously, a pitching coach needs to know a lot about pitching at this level. 3-1 on Kipnis, but he also has to have the ability to communicate with and relate with all the different personalities on a pitching staff, and that's where what you're talking about, you know, pitching in every role comes in handy for him.
Yes, it does.
There's a walk to Kipnis, so Smith has a strikeout and 2 walks. So Cal Eldred, he knows what it's like to be a first-round pick. That's what he was out of the University of Iowa back in 1989. He got to the big leagues very quickly with a lot of fanfare, so he knows what that feels like. He's had Tommy John surgery. He can relate to Jason Adam. He once had a stress fracture in his arm and had to have screws inserted to keep his arm together. He has had to resurrect his career by signing a minor league contract, and he did that with the Cardinals late in his career and spent part of that season eventually becoming a closer. So he's experienced it all. Brandon Geyer takes a strike. This is his first plate appearance.
Yeah, you know, that helps when you have been in those roles. Vance Wilson, the bullpen coach, having been a catcher, you know, in the big leagues, that helps a lot too. So you get the pitching and catching experience. And Vance Wilson was telling me before the game about these young pitchers that are just getting their feet wet. They're learning how many pitches it takes to throw in the bullpen before they're loose, how they're getting their rhythm, you know, and they're growing. Keller sitting to his left there was another guy who figured out how many pitches it takes to get loose, how quickly it can happen. It's to get in there here. 2-1. Man, he's just having a hard time. He's a little bit out ahead of the ball. His front half. Arms dragging behind. He's missing up.
So Ned has to grab his sheet of paper, which shows him the opposing lineup and what pitchers are available for how long tonight. Delayed call and a strike. And Geyer will lean into one. If you go back to 2015, he's been hit by 64 pitches, second most in the major leagues.
How about it?
So he will take one for the team. Only Anthony Rizzo has been plunked more times. And he comes back and strikes him out. So strikeout, walk, walk, strikeout for Bert Smith in the 5th inning.
Just blew it right by him. That's what you do. Challenge him and see if he can hit it.
And now the Indians catcher Roberto Perez. The Indians had 2 runs in the 4th inning. And then Perez walked, batting 125. Allen lined out to deep center. Lindor walked, and that set up the Michael Brantley grand slam. And I wonder, as Jason Hamill thinks back on that 6-run 4th inning, and he wonders, man, if I could have one more matchup back. I wonder if it was Perez, the number 8 hitter, because he got Allen, the number 9 hitter. You can't blame him for pitching Lindor carefully.
Yeah.
Two balls, 1 strike. Hamill threw 46 pitches in that 4th inning. He has never thrown more pitches in a single inning in his career.
Ah. Interesting.
Three and 1.
Came to the ballpark today thinking it was going to be a good day. Wind has really picked up here.
That is the 5th straight non-contact plate appearance. So it's been Smith and Perez to the first 5 batters. 2 strikeouts and 3 walks. And now Greg Allen comes up with the bases loaded.
Well, I think Ned's just going to say, hey, this is your inning. Those are all your runners. Go after him, big fella.
Allen takes a fastball for a strike, and Hud just mentioned that wind. And now it's blasting in from center field. There wasn't much wind early in the game, and then Allen drilled one to center field, and the wind had just picked up. and it was like a parachute was deployed out of the baseball. Abraham Almonte in center field put his head down, turned, was sprinting toward the warning track, and then he had to slam on the brakes as the wind just grabbed that ball and stopped it. One and two.
Yeah, you know, you were just showing Almonte, and I could read his lips. He was saying, "Come on, make a pitch here." He's ready to get off the field.
Two and two. Smith needs to make something happen here with Allen, with Lindor on deck. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just past Moustakas and just foul. And a lot of standing around on defense for the Royals the last 2 innings. Royals pitchers have thrown 76 pitches in the last 2 innings.
Yeah, that's a whole boatload.
Pulled that one out of the dirt and saved a run. So 3 and 2, and all 3 runners will be going.
Oh man, showing some real soft hands there on the backhand pick. He's got to get in there, challenge him.
Saw Cal Eldred back on the phone again with the Royals bullpen. For the Indians in this inning, strikeout, walk, walk, strikeout, walk. And now 3 and 2 on Allen. Runners go again, and it's fouled away again.
Man, that's protecting. He's got a little defensive hack going here. He's flew out the last time out to center field. He didn't want to lose his opportunity now.
And out to center field again. Almonte makes the play. So it was a long inning, but a scoreless inning for Bert Smith. On to the 6th. It is 9-5 Cleveland as the Royals bat in the 6th inning, and this is Dan Otero, who got the last out of the 5th. He'll stay on and get Soler, Moustakas, and Perez. One on Soler, who leads off our Sonic Slam inning. Tonight's contestant is Deborah Hill from Maryville. The Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning. Deborah will win $500. A grand slam out of the park, and Deborah wins 25 grand from Sonic and the Royals. And Deborah, you have Soler, Moustakas, Perez. If anybody gets on, Lucas Duda coming up in the inning.
Okay, like her chances of making some cake. Otero, though, he's a sinker baller. If his sinker's working, he's down low right around the knees. 88-92 slider changeup. Look him up.
Otero, for the record, has allowed 3 home runs in 15 innings. 3 balls, 2 strikes. His foot.
Yeah, a sinker ball, or hard sinker inside. That'll do that to you. It'll make you foul it off your leg.
Lindor to the middle. And it gets away from Alonso. And Soler is going to head for second base. It's an error on Lindor. Might have been a little bit flashy on that play.
Just a tad. That's his 8th error. He had some time. He didn't quite square his feet up towards his target, so he used the sidearm throw and leaked on him. It just kind of faded away.
So that'll put a runner at second with nobody out. And here's Mike Moustakas, who has a 2-hit game.
Royals, they're waiting to jump right back in this game. 2 for 3. Yeah, one of those an infield hit. He's hit one over the wall. Look up.
Or how about slice one up the left field line?
Oh, nicely done.
And Soler read it well. He will score. Mike Moustakas has a 3-hit game and an RBI.
And a head first slide in a dirty uniform. Nicely done, Moose. Don't you see you shake hands with an umpire too many times on the field? Moose, he went to hand the umpire his guard that he has on his right leg and shook his hand. There it is. Head first slide, stayed on the bag.
That's the second unearned run the Royals have scored tonight, and here comes Carl Willis out again.
Another base hit. He fought off to the opposite field.
That's Evan Marshall. Cleveland is coming off a day off, so they should have a fully rested bullpen. It has not been a great bullpen, which we're accustomed to seeing from the Indians. They have the second highest bullpen ERA in the American League, but they got a huge lift with Andrew Miller coming off the disabled list today. 5.40 They've already had 9 blown leads that have led to a loss this year. Here's Miller, who had been out with a hamstring injury. You can tell he's nervous.
Yeah.
Chewing on his fingers out there.
A little manicure. Carl Willis probably said, hey, look, now we got some pretty strong guys coming up. Make sure your sinker's working and sinking. Let these guys back in the game, but I think the Royals already know they're back in it.
1-1 on Salvi. He reached on the other error back in the 3rd inning on a drop ball in center field by Greg Allen. Got him to chase away. 1-2.
Salvi will chase. 45.7% pitches out of the zone. That's the highest in Major League Baseball. So they'll make him chase.
That appeared to be outside. He also likes the pitch away. He likes to get those big, strong, long arms extended. So we were just talking about the other day. That doesn't mean you can't pitch him away. That just means you pitch him way away.
That's right.
So you hear a guy's a good low ball hitter. That doesn't mean you can't pitch him down. Or a guy's a good high ball hitter. You can't pitch him up. Just pitch it higher than high or lower than low.
You're exactly right. Now that looked like a changeup, that last 91-mile-an-hour sinker.
Geyer into the right field corner makes the catch. And Moustakas will go to 3rd. And now Duda has a chance to drive in a run with 1 out.
Okay, just little by little. A lot of holes out there for Duda. They do shift him quite a lot, but he's got some holes. Don't have to hit it hard.
That'll be deep enough. And it's over Brantley's head. And Lucas Duda has 3 doubles tonight. So the Royals get 2 in the 6th inning and make it a 2-run game.
How about that? 5th, 6th, and 7th doubles. Duda going the opposite way. With a little help from the wind. Duda doubles. How about it? That's 90. Went with it. Easy swings. When you're going good, you can tell. Look at that. Great head position. Head stayed on it. Didn't pull his front shoulder out. It went with the pitch. Plenty deep enough.
So Otero is out. Evan Marshall is in with a runner at 2nd and 1 out. doubles in one game.
Yeah, hey, look, this is well done. Look at that. That was a hanging breaking ball middle. He's going to get that. It speeds his bat up on the breaking ball. He's able to pull that. That was a nice swing on a fastball right there. Well balanced, everything looking good, hands coming through the zone. And then this one here, similar. He waited till the ball got deeper towards the catcher's glove and put the swing on it, but kept his hands inside the ball, played the wind nicely. Here come the Royals. They're not giving up.
Tying run is at the plate with one out. And this is Evan Marshall.
He's another sinker baller.
Kipnis goes out from second base. That's the first time Merrifield has been out. He has 2 hits and a walk tonight. 2 down, and now Alex Gordon will face the former K-State Wildcat, Evan Marshall.
Yep, mid-90s fastball, sinking slider, change. Slider, slurvy breaking ball. We'll have to see it. .28 years old, 6'2", 225.
He is from California, so he's not from the Midwest, but he had a neighbor that knew the K-State coaching staff, so the neighbor reached out, and that's how Evan ended up in Manhattan.
How about that? Good for him. Sure, it was a good experience.
However, he liked the Midwest so much that he stayed and now makes his off-season home in Wichita.
Nice.
He's ahead of Alex. 1 ball, 2 strikes. When he was drafted out of K-State, he had 85 career appearances. That was second all time. Marshall came bouncing off the mound after that 1-2 pitch.
He sure did. He wanted to get an opportunity to help first baseman Alonso on that move there, because left-handed hitter, you tell yourself, hey, I got to get over here. He's got 2 outs, and let's get out of the inning.
The Royals have 2 in the 6th inning to make it a 2-run game. They had been down by 5. Cleveland scored 3 in the first. The Royals scored 3 in the second, and then 1 in the third to take a 4-3 lead. The Indians then added 6 in the 4th inning. Michael Brantley hit a grand slam, and now the Royals have 1 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. Still 1-2. The Royals have scored 1 more run tonight than they did the entire 3-game series here a month ago. In fact, the 2 teams only combined to score 10 runs in that 3-game series. Now they've combined for 16 runs tonight.
Yeah, look, you know what? 5 for 15. That's not too shabby. Make it 6 for 16 here. There you go. That's a changeup.
3-2. Alcides Escobar has driven in 3 tonight.
Sinker down coming. Base hit, ball 4.
No swing.
Yeah, he did not.
Perez tried to sell it. The Indians dugout tried to sell it, but Stu Sherwater said no swing. So Alex comes back from 1 and 2, and he's on with a walk.
Excellent plate appearance and good check of the swing.
Escobar singled to center field and drove in a run in the second. He walked with the bases loaded in the third, and then reached on a fielder's choice and got an RBI in the 5th. Down and away, ball 1.
Marshall, he's wanting to impress.
If Escobar gets on, it'll be another sonic slam opportunity for Abraham Almonte.
Oh, come on with it.
That's into center field, and Escobar is going to drive in another run, and it is a 1-run game.
That's not what Marshall wanted to show Terry Francona. And Esky staying hot up the middle, not trying to do too much. Look at that. Nicely done. He is scalding hot up the middle. Like it. Steps that short foot. Good head position. Freeze it right there for me. Okay, now this time his head position is out here. He's picking it out, but everything's good. The contact is right in the middle, and nicely done, Esky. Stay hot. Keep the line moving.
That ties a career high for Escobar. 4 RBIs. 3 have come with 2 outs. And here's the money man in our sonic slam inning, Abraham Almonte, with 2 on, 2 out. He has provided $27,800 with home runs in this inning. Tonight he has a pair of singles and a run scored. So that's a good night. 2 for 3 with a run score, but he's also provided the biggest out for the Indians tonight. And Marshall has him way out in front. Back in the 3rd inning, the Royals loaded the bases with 2 down. Escobar walked with the bases loaded. Trevor Bauer was on the ropes, and he got Almonte to fly out to center field, and the Royals got just a 1 run in that inning.
To shorten it up, anything close. Well,
he just did not see the ball out of his hand at all.
No.
But the Royals get 3. So down by 5, now down by 1. Moustakas drives in a run. Duda drives in a run. Escobar drives in a run. They'll get the top of the order in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it's time for our sprint trivia question. Name the 5 shortstops to record a 30 home run, 15 stolen base season since 2000. 5 shortstops with 30 home runs and 15 stolen bases since 2000. Either league.
Okay, how about
he had 15 stolen bases last year, did he?
Lindor?
That's 1. Need 4 more. Lindor tonight has been relatively quiet with his team scoring 9 runs. He has walked and scored. Other than that, he is 0 for 2.
Correa hadn't hit 30, has he? I don't think so. Bright young talent. He will one of these days. If he had.
Three balls, 1 strike. Mike Moustakas was the only fielder on the left side, and Lindor gets it by him for a leadoff single. And now Lindor has a 12-game hitting streak.
Okay, now he just took what they gave him. Heater out on the outer part of the plate. Keller. Hard fastball. Big curve. Changeup. He'll go low to mid 90s, maybe some 96, 97. Bullpen's got to shut them down. Don't let them back in. I mean, don't let them give it any more there. Royals offense doing a nice job pecking away.
Brantley hit a grand slam in a 6-run 4th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just second this year.
One and 2. Any thoughts on the trivia question? I have a few. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but when I hear 2000, I think, okay, so recently. Well, that was 18 years ago, so
it is recent.
Go back a ways. Duda cuts it off. Out at second. Double play. If Duda doesn't get to that ball, there is no chance for a double play.
Boy, I tell you, that's nicely done. That's one of the reasons why the Royals are working on their offense. Duda immediately goes after that ball. That's what you want. It's not hit hard. And Keller was able to get to first base and to do his job. Yeah, that's a long way for Duda to travel. Again, showing his excellent footwork and his some range. He's quick on his feet.
So 2 down, nobody on to Jose Ramirez. Keller got a glove on it, and Escobar is there. Ramirez beats it out.
Escobar, he's right in back of him. If Keller doesn't touch it, that's an easy out. But really, I think Keller was just self-defense right there, putting his gloves up, his hand up. Hopefully it didn't hit his hand. They're looking at it. Okay, let's take a look at his, watch his pitching hand. I thought he got his glove. Ooh, no.
May have gotten both.
Ooh, no. It looked like it got more of his, like his back 3 fingers on his right hand.
That pitch, by the way, was right down the middle to Salvador Perez. Pitch number 1 looks good. Same with pitch number 2, and I think Keller's going to tell Ned and Nick he's all right. All right, Hud, how about take another look at it here. This is from right behind home plate. Oh yeah,
back 3 fingers.
And I think you're right. I don't think he was trying to catch it with his bare hand. That was in self-defense.
Right. And now he's got that change-up grip in there. You wonder. Hey, got it out and got out of the inning.
Almonte charging in as the wind grabbed it. So Keller pitches a scoreless bottom of the 6th. And Terry Francona is going to go to Andrew Miller in the 7th.
And coming off of the disabled list today, Andrew Miller has not given up a run yet this year. The numbers, as always, are extremely impressive. And while he may not be their closer, he's certainly one of the best relievers in the game. And, you know, HUD talking to their bench coach, Brad Mills, today, we were talking about the boost that this will give their team. And maybe it's not quite the same as getting Salvador Perez back every single day, but he said that there is a similar effect in this sense that when Andrew Miller comes back, it sort of restores order to everything else, because he's not a guy that will just pitch 1 inning. He can get you 3, 4, 5 outs. There were oftentimes 2 or more pitchers in that role that were out of their roles. So by Miller coming back, it helps restore order to this bullpen, which had a 9+ ERA while he was on the disabled list.
Totally agree with you, Goldie. That he can bring a lot of energy. You kidding me? He's not just your average lefty. This guy's one of the best relievers in baseball the last several years. He's a slinger. 94-98 with that fastball. He's got a wicked cutter, a curve and a change. 6'7", 210. Man, he's real deceptive. But you know what? Could have a little rust on him. 3-0 count. Royals, they're not looking at the back of Miller's bubblegum card. Heck, keep going. Get on base. Take a couple of strikes. Make him throw you a couple here. Get on there any way you can.
He'll get Jay Soler Moustakas. From 3-0 to 3-2.
Okay. Now he's going to get a slider. See if he can get a swing and miss. Hey, nicely done. Good take. Nice plate appearance.
Here comes Jorge Soler with a runner at first base. Remember, if the Royals hit a triple, the Kansas City Honda dealers will make a $1,000 donation to the KC Urban Youth Academy. Slider catches the inside. Soler thought it was inside.
It's good to see a few.
And now fastball up.
Yeah, he's really tough to pick up, but this season, there's the numbers. Jorge Soler loving left-handers. Down 0-2. I don't know if he'll get what he'll get. He'll probably get that wicked slider. Or could get him in the. Yeah, there it is. Down low. Check it out. Didn't take long. First pitch. Looked like it could have been a ball, but that certainly was 94, and he finished him off down low. But see, different eye levels, different change of speeds. He's good.
And now Moustakas isn't happy with the strike zone.
You know what Moose is saying right now with that smile? Come on. This guy, come on, Cooper. This guy doesn't need any help. He's wicked enough to try to hit. And the angle is just really too rough, and the legs and arms and hiding the ball.
Slider stayed up. It was still outside.
Yeah. And Moose had the right idea there. That's the perfect swing. You're wasting your time hitting, trying to pull him and try to hit a homer off this guy pulling. But he has seen him quite a bit. 11 times. 3 for nice. Got a double. Just go with it.
And then back with 94 for another strikeout.
So with Miller, you can use him basically in any role you want to. Francona, he's smart at it. He knows right where to put him.
Salvador Perez with John Jay at first base and 2 down. Miller's had some leg problems the last 2 years. Last season he was on the disabled list twice because of his right knee. So that's his plant knee, his front leg. And then this year, because of his left hamstring, so that would be his drive leg, his back leg.
Well, you know, as long as this season is how valuable this player is for Terry Francona, they weren't going to rush him back at all. They want to make sure he's good and well and not going to have a reoccurrence.
Oh, Salvi hits it deep to left field, inside the foul pole for a 2-run home run against Andrew Miller. And the Royals have stormed back to take a 10-9 lead.
Right out of nowhere. How about the perfect timing for that? Royals offense on the attack. Terry Francona bringing out his best reliever. And Salvi measured him up. Back-to-back nights. Last night the slam. Tonight the two-run homer to give the Royals the lead. And Miller has got to go to the showers.
It wasn't Miller time tonight. They've scored 5 runs in the last 3 innings, and this Salvador Perez home run against Andrew Miller in his first appearance since coming back from the disabled list puts the Royals back in front.
What a nice, easy swing. Didn't overdo it. He just tried to meet it, and man, that ball jumped. The only question was it going to hook foul? Yeah, sent a shockwave to the Cleveland Indian crowd here at Progressive. Oh, don't let up. Get some insurance for the pin.
Now Duda hits it into that strong cold wind, and Allen makes the play. So the Royals get 2 more in the 7th. Stretch time in Cleveland. The Royals lead 10-9. 4 going further so you can. Well, it wasn't great news when the Royals arrived at the ballpark today and found out that Andrew Miller, one of the elite relievers in the major leagues, was coming off the disabled list just to greet the Royals. But that's how the Royals take the lead with a 2-run home run. Salvador Perez against Miller. It is 10-9 KC, and now Brad Keller, who pitched a scoreless 6th inning, will get Alonso, Kipnis, and Geyer in the bottom of the 7th.
Yes, how about that? And Francona didn't waste any time. He went right out there and got his big fella off the field, which is good. And Keller, glad his hand's okay, because it looked like those last 3 fingers on his pitching hand got hit by that ball. Glad he's back out there and okay, because that's a quick way to miss some time. Going right after Alonso.
One fielder on the left side, and Alonso hit it right to Mike Moustakas. So Alonso is out for the first time tonight. You can help the Royals celebrate the 20th anniversary of The Sandlot by enjoying a free viewing of the movie on Crown Vision. That's after the game on Saturday, June 2nd. You can watch the movie right from your seats. Visit royals.com/sandlot for details about this special day. And in case you're wondering, and I know you are, that will be following a Saturday day game with the Oakland A's. A high strike to Jason Kipnis. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored.
See Keller dropping that breaking ball in there.
Escobar backhands, slings it over to first in time.
How about the 2 backhand plays on the left side of the infield for out 1 and 2? Moose's wasn't exactly routine. He made it look easy. This one was tough. Watch it come up on Escobar. This is good concentration. Whoop. Yeah. Nicely done. Look at him. Keeps his elbow. Brings his elbow straight up instead of just waving his glove at it, and use his elbow as leverage. But that glove hand made it nice and soft.
Breaking ball for a strike to Brandon Geyer. He came on in the top of the 5th inning, replacing Tyler Naquin. Naquin ended up leaving the game with a tight hamstring after his 2-run double in the 4th inning. And then Geyer struck out in the bottom of the 5th.
Oh, nicely done. That looked like a cutter. That 94 heater.
His fastball has that natural cut to it.
Man, that was nice.
There it is again. That one at 96, cutting away from Geyer. So Keller gives the Royals exactly what they needed, a shutdown inning after taking the lead. you've missed a lot, as in the Indians leading 3-0, the Royals leading 4-3, the Indians leading 9-5 with that grand slam by Michael Brantley, and now the Royals lead 10-9 after a 2-run, 2-out home run by Salvador Perez against Andrew Miller in the 7th inning. So there's your eye chart scoring line there to cover your right eye, HUD, and do the top line.
Ooh, okay. That's a 0-3-1-0, and I see 15 knocks, though. That's what we're talking about. 15 knocks, 10 runs. Steady as she goes, and get a few more for insurance if you can. Salvi, probably the last thing he was thinking about was going deep, although, you know, when Miller took something off and threw a little change up right there, it just floated in the middle. And he just teed off. Nicely done. Stay hot with the long ball, Salvi.
Zach McAllister stays on for the 8th. It's too low to Alex Gordon. Alex is 0 for 3 with a walk.
McAllister, he's mid-90s. He'll give you something straight. There it was there. A little cutting action. Curve change. Big guy, 6'6", 240. Dead pull, they play in Alex.
There's Lindor over on the right side, down to a knee just to make sure. 2 outs. Fox Sports Kansas City, Cox Communications, and 1620 The Zone are bringing Omaha's best fans to Kauffman Stadium on the Raised Royal Fan Express. That's on May 19th. For more information, go to royals.com/Fan Express. That's a week from tomorrow, so if you're interested, you better get on it. Literally and figuratively. Alcides Escobar has driven in a run in each of his 4 plate appearances.
Esky's looking really good with that bat in his hand right now. He's hot. Got another walk tonight. All of a sudden, Esky's becoming the selective hitter.
McAllister has some good stuff tonight. He doesn't look like a pitcher that has an ERA over 8, but he does. 8.10.
Perfect pitcher's body. Long and lean. A little deception there. He's got Esky down on strikes.
To the bottom of the 8th with the Royals leading by 1. enjoying the Royals come back. So let's make him our Pepsi fan of the game. What has become a chilly night in Cleveland. Brad Keller has already pitched a career high 2 innings. And Ned Yost is going to try and stretch him for 3. You'll get the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Perez, Allen, and Lindor in the bottom of the 8th.
Why not? Manager's got some confidence in you. Stay at it. He's been doing it successfully by just pounding that strike zone. That's what you do. Pressure the hitters. No free passes. Especially with a tight game like this. Royals, they got to hold on to this one.
Well, that fastball really has some life for Keller. That one had some sinking action to it. And he has that fastball that has the natural cutting action, which will move away from a right-hand batter. That one was in on Perez. There it is. Man, that pitch is nice. Perez should be the last one to complain tonight because he's had a lot of borderline pitches go his way as the Indians catcher
Without
tonight.
a doubt. Are you kidding me? That's not on the corner. And Perez, you got to go.
Keller was telling me earlier in the season when he was in the Arizona farm system in 2014 that he was just frustrated because his ball kept moving. He just didn't have the control of the pitch that he wanted. It just kept coming out of his hand and moving from right to left. And then finally he had a pitching coach say, listen, that's the kind of movement pitchers dream about. He does not try to make his ball move like that. That is his 4-seam fastball, which is designed to go straight, but it will bore in on a left-hand batter.
Yeah, Salvi likes it. That fastball's got teeth.
Two and 1 on Allen. He is 0 for 3. All right, Hud, I'm getting some pressure from the guys in the truck to answer our trivia question. 5 shortstops since 2000 have had a 30 home run, 15 stolen base season. That's one of them. Francisco Lindor. We need to come up with 4 more. As Allen flies to center field for the 3rd time tonight.
Okay, let's get him.
2 down. All right,
let's get him.
Now, we both agreed on Troy Tulowitzki. You want to go Troy Tulowitzki?
Yeah.
Is it Troy Tulowitzki? Correct.
Oh, there's one. Let's go ahead.
How about Alex Rodriguez? That's correct.
Yeah, 18 years, it's a long time.
How about with the Marlins earlier in his career, Hanley Ramirez? Correct.
Oh, yeah.
One more. We have one more out to get. All right, we have no strikes. So I'm gonna. How about Miguel Tejada? Strike 1. Now this is not a guess. I was thinking J.J. Hardy, but the Orioles hardly ran when he was there. But we've got another strike.
Yeah, but we gotta get it.
Is it J.J. Hardy? Strike 2. Well, Hud, we only have one more out.
I know.
Come on, get the bat off your shoulder.
Okay.
I mean, you always say if you don't hack, we're going to send you back. Well, let's go.
All right, got one more. Got one more strike still. But how about Jimmy Rollins?
Is it Jimmy Rollins? Nice, Hud. Correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
Look at that.
Huh?
With 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Sweet. There's your hack.
Salvi may have gotten some dirt in his eye on that foul ball. Another win for the booth.
Okay.
Still 2 and 2 on Lindor. Keller worked around a couple of singles in the 6th inning and then pitched a 1-2-3 7th and has the first 2 outs in the 8th. And now 3 and 2 on Lindor. Michael Brantley is on deck.
See if you can get in his kitchen with one of those natural cutting fastballs here. I want to get This guy's involved here. These are two of their best hitters.
So he has a career high, at least a major league career high, 2 2/3 innings. A career high 40 pitches, and Lindor has worked him for 8 pitches in this at bat. And we'll do it again.
That's what you like. 6'5", 230, and a pitcher, strong and durable.
So a 9-pitch plate appearance, and Lindor is on, and now Keller will get Michael Brantley as Kevin McCarthy is warmed up and ready to go in the Royals bullpen. Now Brantley, you're talking about matchups here. You got 2 right-hand options. You have Keller and you have McCarthy. Brantley, with those long arms, and like a lot of lefties, and we showed you his hot zones, is a good low ball hitter. So you might have been playing into his strength, bringing on the sinker baller McCarthy. Keller gets the job done. 3 scoreless innings, and the Royals take a 1-run lead into the 9th.
Outstanding.
Goes a career high 3 innings and 43 pitches. He had not thrown more than 23 pitches for Ned Yost so far this year, and he gets a hug from Salvador Perez as he pitches a scoreless 6th, 7th, and 8th. And along the way, the Royals have taken the lead, so he's the pitcher of record. Dale Swain comes over to say congratulations.
Yeah.
So does Mike Moustakas. They're lined up to tell them how much they appreciate what he's done tonight.
Oh man, that's huge. Uh-oh, too bad. Right idea, but you know, Keller just earned his stripes, man. I'm telling you, he's elevating his stature in front of Ned Yost and everybody else. El Monte, good idea, but look, the love keeps coming. How about it? Hang right in there. Herrera to the rescue. Finish this thing off here, but first things first, let's see if they can get a little insurance. As good as John Jay's been going, you expect him to knock one out of the yard. But he hadn't hit a home run his last 353 at-bats. Longest active streak in baseball.
Lindor backhands, throws, 2 down. Tonight's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club. Ryan Lefevre, Rex Hutler with Joel Goldberg and Jeff Montgomery, with director Steve Kurtenbach, producer Kevin Cedergren, associate producer Sam Abramson, Dave Holtzman, Gavin Bodell joins us for the weekend series here in Cleveland.
Gavin making an appearance all the way from St. Louis.
Oh, 2 on Jorge Soler. Strike 3 with a fastball. Herrera will get Ramirez, Encarnacion, and Alonso. 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for Cleveland. Powerful.
Another clutch hit for Salvador Perez. Jeff Montgomery will be along hand to discuss that. Plus Brad Keller. What a performance. We'll have that here from Ned Yost and much more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Ryan?
Okay, Joel, here's Kelvin Herrera going for save number 8. His last save was Sunday against the Tigers, and that was number 50 of his career.
Look at those numbers. They're looking good. 180 opponent average. ERA minuscule. There it is. 14 strikeouts, no walks. Now he'll be challenged definitely with the 3 most powerful hitters on their team outside of Brantley and Lindor, who were out in that last inning. Keller did such a nice job. Now let's see. There it is. 1 for 8 with a strikeout in his career against Herrera. Big power fastball, slider changeup.
Ramirez hit a 2-run home run back in the first inning. If you like offense, you've had fun watching tonight. Back and forth. Cleveland 3 in the first. The Royals answered right away with 3 in the second. Then the Royals got a run in the third to take the lead. Cleveland scored 6 in the fourth. They led 9-4. They have not scored since. And now the Royals lead 10-9 in the ninth. Royals got 1 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth, and right now the big hit is the 2-out, 2-run home run from Salvador Perez against Andrew Miller in the seventh.
It's got to hold up.
2-2.
Good changeup. That's where you want it down. Keep her down.
On the ground to Moustakas, who is all by himself on the left side, one away.
Nicely done. I mean, that was, he put that pitch right where he wanted, on the outer half and low. With a little bit of fuzz right on it. Moose, no problem. Moose threw that ball over to first base with authority. Good spot on these guys that can take you deep.
Did you see Herrera's reaction? He knew about the overshift, and when that ball was put in play to the left side, he threw his arms in the air like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
But fortunately for him, it was hit right to Moustakas.
Oh, man.
And now Encarnacion, who is 1 for 4 with an infield single, and he's hacking at the first pitch.
Look at the location, though. So far, exactly where he wants it. 4 for 10 with a homer. He's got some numbers against Herrera.
One and one.
That'll back you off.
Wow. What was that?
That locked him up.
Man. It was before the game.
That'll put you on the DL.
Before the game here in Cleveland, they'll show highlights up on the video boards of former Indians greats. Burt Blyleven pitched here for a few years. That was a Burt Blyleven like curveball.
Oh, at least the way he reacted. There's got it again. He earned it again. Good spot. Down low. That kind of swing. Let's check it out. This will put you on the disabled list if you're a hitter. You try to start and stop like that. You can see that hurt. Your hands, rib cage. Keep it out of the zone.
2-2.
Stay away from the changeup if you can, but if you are going to throw it, keep it down below the box. Another one. Snap it.
Yonder Alonso is on deck. Jason Kipnis will follow him. If the Indians get it that far. Challenge him with a fastball.
Good spots. He's hitting.
Change up that time. Not only have the Indians been scoreless since the 4th inning, they've only had 2 singles since the 4th inning. Chopped out to Escobar. He gets a nice big hop. 2 down. Indians have not had a base runner advance past first base since the 5th inning. And that began with Bert Smith pitching the 5th. He had to work around 3 walks, but he had 2 strikeouts and threw a scoreless 5th. And Brad Keller with a career high 3 scoreless innings, and now Herrera is 1 out away from a save.
Just love everything about Herrera, the way he's carrying himself, the confidence. You could tell by his body language, his tempo. He's getting the ball. He's got good rhythm. Now look, huge hole right there at second base. They're really pinching him on the right side. That's where he wants to leave it. He definitely does not want to leave it in the middle anywhere. Come a long ways. It's been a heck of a ball game by the Royals. One they gotta have.
2-1. This would be a great bounce back win for them because last night was really a role reversal. The Royals got 4 in the first. They got 2 in the second. They had 4-0 and 6-3 leads, and then they didn't score again after the second inning. And now tonight they were down big early. Little bit high. 3 balls, 1 strike.
It's a good spot.
Three and 2. Alonso has 9 home runs. Kipnis on deck has 1 home run.
Yeah, you know what? Anytime Cleveland's in the airspace, the Royals are a little bit nervous because the Royals lost 11 of the last 14 games versus the Indians. So Terry Francona has had his way, but tonight 1 more out. And Royals can take game 1 here. See what he throws. Maybe fastball in the corner. Uh-oh. That hurt. Whenever a ball that's thrown that hard is deflected and it hits the heel of the glove, that hurts. Right there on the end of the fingers. Bends him back. Salvi takes a beat. That's a good spot. That velocity up and away. It's going to go with it again. Maybe change. Heater in, heater away. Change up. Shake a few times. Mess him up. That'll work.
Soler was very deep in right field, but he's there. He's got it. And the Royals come back. After being down by 5 in the middle innings, they rally late and take game 1 10-9.
Oh, what a win. And El Toro, ole, way to go. Hey, hey, Salvi, what a stroke. Stay hot. Got the home run ball working. That's a good win. Facing those last 3 power hitters of the Indians, man, you never know. Look at them. My boys feel good. Look at that. Nice job running off the field with some confidence here, taking game 1. They wanted to take that series in Baltimore. They could have, but they're in the right track by winning game 1 here. Fantastic job. Boys, they raked. Duda, stay hot, Duda. He's raking now. Look at Ned saying, that's right. Get back in that win column. And how about that young man right there? Brad Keller stepping up for his manager. Just really won some big brownie points tonight.
And he just picked up his first big league victory. Brad Keller.
Congratulations.
Career high 3 scoreless innings, making those Royals fans happy here tonight.
And smiling. Boy,
so
he earned that one.
The big man on the mound tonight was Brad Keller. The big man at the plate was Salvador Perez, and they're both standing by with Joel.
All right, yep, Salvi and Brad Keller, first major league win, another big home run for you. Before we talk about the homer and the comeback, how about the performance of this young guy?
That was great. You keep the ball down, both sides of the play. The guy speed, the changeup, the slider, that was everything. So he pitched good tonight.
How about the comeback? That's not easy against this team and Andrew Miller, one of the best relievers in all of baseball. How'd you do it?
Hey, you know what? We always play hard to the last out because we never know what's going to happen, okay? We need to just play hard to the last out and see what happens.
This is a better birthday present than the Grand Slam, right?
No.
Grand Slam? No, better birthday present tonight.
Tonight, yeah. You're right.
No, you know what I mean. Happy belated.